We interrupt this program to bring you a message from Satan.
As you know, I am in the Epstein files over 1 million times. No other president can say that. Not Sleepy Joe or Obama, who lives rent-free in my dementia-rattled mind. I don't know Jeffrey Epstein unless you count being his best friend for over 15 years, flying on his jet, going to his island and assaulting women and children. I'll suck the farts out Putin's ass and start World War III before I release the unredacted files. Thank you for your attention to this matter. President DJT.
I'm Pam Bondi, and I approve this message.
Don't you ever accuse me of a crime? That's a white woman, a white woman. A meth-faced bitch, you should get sky high. That's a white woman, a white woman. Under oath, and she still gon' lie. That's a white woman, a white woman. Gave Donnie sabotage just to keep her job. When it's all over, she won't even get the charge. That's a white woman, a white woman. A white woman.
Hey, you guys, welcome to For the People podcast. I'm your host, Vision X, and this show is for the people, by the people, to bring power back to the people. I am rejoined by our veteran queen of justice herself, Miss Nikki.
Hey, everybody, welcome back.
Yeah, because Nikki acted like she didn't want to be here yesterday, you know. I was like, Nikki,
I'm good, y'all. I gotta take a day off. I missed y'all.
We tell them that this is a lot of work. Like, that's why we appreciate when you guys like, share, and subscribe. When you guys send, your Venmo and Cash Apps and things like that to help us build our network, we really, really, really do appreciate it. And somebody sent me a photo of somebody I'm working with right now, because we might be having a studio in Baltimore.
Oh,
so
okay.
I wanted to let you know that it's some things that may be in development soon, and also it will help us get on our path. So that's why, all you guys that's on here, that y'all rock with us every day, thank you so much. Like, we really, really do appreciate it. I gotta say hi. Oh, look at Tony had to be here first. Hey, Tony, how you doing? Tony's here.
Mm-hmm.
KK is here. TDG, nice to see you. Clara Greer, Blue Sky, Gina Clay, K is my name. Dash and Brock, T Coop, great to see you. Actually, T Coop sent us a photo of one of the merchandise, so I'm going to pull that up in a few seconds. And I think that's it for today. Now, please remember, I have to say this at the beginning of the show. If you are on any other platform, or you're just watching randomly somewhere else, please make sure to put something in the comment section, because we only see how many viewers is on here, but we do not see if you're actually here or not. Tresh and Curry, nice to see you as well. Whites and Hispanics in corporate jobs hate when Black people are quiet at work. Oh God, starting already. Starting already. And you know what, starting this, I wanted to do two things. One thing is I'm going to show T Coop had, this is not it. 1 second. This is the shirt. Look really good. Actually, we could put T Coop on a commercial. Yes.
Yes. Come on.
Don't ever accuse me of committing a crime. The shirt looks amazing on you. And thank you for smiling. Like, this looks like it's actually like a advertisement poster or something. So I am loving that right there. So thank you for doing that, T Coop. We appreciate it. April Morgan, I don't know what hand pink waving is.
Oh,
okay.
Emoji, like, you can't see it here, but on
on
YouTube she's waving. I don't know why it describes the emoji, but on YouTube you can see it. She's waving.
Thank you for waving, April. We really do appreciate it. And, as we're talking about other things as well, and also if you guys have went to FTP store, you purchased anything, please show us what you purchased. And if you want to take a photo with it, please take a photo with it as well. We want to see it. We appreciate you guys being here. You're family to us. This show is for you guys as well. Also, I'm going to put in the actual chat, if you want to be on the show, all you do is click the link. You do not have to be on camera. You can talk to us, and you can talk to us just with, the blank screen, and that's fine. Camera just looks a little better, but you can talk to us through that as well, and it'll be totally fine. Speaking of something, I want to talk about what's going on currently with the economy. Now, we're going to do a little icebreaker on this as well, so it's going to be a double sword here, I will say, double-edged sword. So the landlords freak out after committee votes for winter protections. Now, this is in Philadelphia. I want you guys to see this and take a look. We'll be right back.
If y'all got mad, just try to unelect him. You're allowed. If you got mad, just try to get him out of office. You're allowed. What the fuck? What is this shit?
All right, so I'm gonna read some of the comments. Somebody says getting upset that you have to maintain the property you rent out is an odd hill to die on, and that has 12,000 likes. Another person says, I'm so tired of being the breadwinner for my landlord's family. And another person says, kind of proving that bills are needed. With this economy, and I don't know if y'all seen gas prices, but the gas prices with everything going on with this war, they shot up. This means that not only is the gas prices going to shoot up, but this means that groceries are going to shoot up as well. And then also if you're using any type of resources and materials, like to get tires for your car or whatever, well, a lot of that comes through a lot of these ports and shipping areas. That's going to go up as well. Everything's about to go up because people want to hold on to racism and the Epstein files. They don't want to release the Epstein files. And we got to fight a war for these Zionist Israeli guys, people, the ones that sitting here hiding. Nikki, I know you just had your interview and everything. So I want you guys to let me know what you guys think about the current economy right now. And Nikki, what do you think?
Well, first of all, as Tico said, the Dow's 50,000, baby. So, regardless of what the fuck is going on, just remember, the Dow's 50,000, baby. That's it. You facing homelessness, the Dow's 50,000. That should keep you warm at night. Don't worry about shit. Okay. Yeah, today I had my first interview in 13 years. Y'all pray for me. I think it went pretty good. I'm qualified for the position, so I wasn't worried about that. And I'm kind of excited to get back out there and doing what I'm used to doing. But seeing where we are, this shows you how bad the economy has gotten, especially with homes, because the purpose of being a landlord, that has always been supplemental income.
Yeah.
Meaning your home, that either that house is paid off, and so you're renting it as supplemental income. It is not your primary source of income. And going back almost, I want to say 15 years, like when I first left my dad died in 2014. So right before he passed away, I moved into like my friend, because I had lived with my parents up until that point. Mm-hmm. I got an apartment. You could tell that these landlords are using your money to pay the mortgage, as opposed to it being supplemental income. And that's not how it's supposed to be. If something breaks and everything, yes, they're responsible, but they need your rent. It used to be a time where if it was supplemental, you can tell, because if you as you're running late on your rent or you're behind, they would be like, I understand, because this income is supplemental to me. So it's not going to kill me if I have to give you a couple of months grace period if you lost your job or anything. Mm-hmm. These landlords now are getting more and more greedy because their mortgage is going up, and this is not supplemental income. You're literally that comment where it said, I'm tired of being the breadwinner for my landlord. Mm-hmm. That's a true statement, because that's what's going on right now. And if you're renting privately, as a person that has been in the mortgage industry for 13 years, you need to do the research and make sure that your landlord is even paying the mortgage.
Ooh, yep.
Because I have had several situations where the borrower is renting out their house, and it gets foreclosed on, and there was a family living there, and the house was sold in a foreclosure sale. They had no idea. They're paying their rent. They're doing what they're supposed to do. They have nowhere to go. These are the things you have to make sure that when you rent privately, that these things are happening. Because if they're not paying what they're supposed to be paying, and you're renting from them, there's nothing you can do. You don't really have any recourse. And just the economy is just, it infuriates me, because this Mango Mussolini motherfucker is up here gaslighting us, telling us. He is literally telling us that the economy is getting better for who? Your billionaire friends? Because it's not getting better for us. It's getting worse and worse. You know it's bad when white people are complaining,
Yep.
and they are complaining. There's no more middle class. It's literally us against them. You know what? I never thought I would see the day when everybody's poor. Because
Yeah.
at this point, you have poor, poor, and poorest. That's it. That's the three classes that we got now. It ain't no fucking middle class. No, it's poor, poorer, and poorest. That's it. That's all you have right now. That's literally it. And it just infuriates me that we're doing all of these things. This war is a literal distraction for Epstein. It is a distraction for this merger that's going through with the cable companies, because pretty soon HBO, CNN, all of these are going to be in Trump's pocket with Oracle. Oracle basically is going to own the internet. They already own TikTok, which, by the way, I posted our video
Mhm.
up there about no more unification with, black and brown, and the sound got taken down. Of course, no reason, but
Yeah.
that type of stuff. They're
Yeah.
going to own everything. Even with AI, I downloaded today Claude because apparently Chat GBT has just now did a deal with the Department of Defense. So
Hmm.
that's out the way. Um, yeah, the economy is not getting better and it's getting worse, and I don't understand what it's going to take. But I know what it's going to take. The moment you MAGA motherfuckers can't have your Bud Light and bologna when the first of the month hit, and you can't go and flex that wick, when you can't flex that food stamps because that card, when you call and it say $0.00.
Hmm.
That's when y'all gonna revolt. It has to come from his people. It's gonna have to come. It's gonna have to be MAGA, because at this point nobody else is. No, his people have to turn on him.
Oh
And I
yeah.
think this war may be the thing that does it, but this war is such a distraction for everything that's going on right now that is fucking ridiculous.
Absolutely. And that's why I was telling people, I said, and I had this conversation yesterday, you weren't here, but I had this conversation yesterday with Trey. And I was telling you, like, a lot of my former colleagues, my former bosses, they will sit here and say, hey, we will apply for a job, right? They said either they'll get an interview, but the interview will end within 5 to 10 minutes. And they said that's never happened to them. And then that happened to me like a few months ago. And I said, I have never, most interviews, especially in my field, is usually around 30 minutes. And they usually end at the 25-minute mark or something. 5 to 10 minutes. And what was interesting, they kind of said the same thing I said. They were like, they would ask us a question, but the question would be so freaking basic that it wasn't a real question. They would say, "Oh, well, when can you travel?" Or how many days can you work, or what, like stupid shit like that. Like, how many days? You're gonna need me 5 days a week. So what the hell is you asking a dumb question like that for? You're gonna need me 5 days a week. It's not high level questions as what is your experience with dealing with a medical device that's broken down. Who do you contact? What is the standard procedures? It's like high level questions like that. That way you can break down all the procedures. It's more of, can you send emails at a certain time, or like stuff like this stupid stuff. And I'm like, this is not real questions. And then when they'll find out later, and this is what's interesting, and this is why you talk to a lot of your like if you're getting hired through a staffing agency, the staffing agency will tell you, oh, they filled the position, and then it'll be like Billy or Tommy or Madeline. I'm like, oh, those are white people. Like,
Exactly.
One of
And
your
I was looking at a position, and the things that they want to do, first of all of these rounds, I'm not doing it. The
Oh yeah.
most I'm gonna do is 2 tops. Then I saw a position, I can't even remember what it was for, but it wanted you to meet with like 4 or 5 different people. You had to give a sample of something, you had to do this, and I'm like, no, you're not getting free labor from me. That's what they want. These companies want you to give them your intellectual property and then not give you the job. And a lot of these listings are ghost listings because I think it goes back to those PPP loans. In order for them to not have to pay it back, they have to always act like they're actively looking for employment, even though they
Yes.
know that they aren't. Because
Yes.
that is a condition of not having to pay those loans back, is to always be like, oh, we're hiring, we're short staffed.
Yeah.
And if you keep putting those things out, then it looks like you're short staffed. That's the con. Now, to you niggas that went out there and did the PPP, you should have did some shit like that. You shouldn't have went over here and said you had, I don't know, a fucking pig feet business or some bullshit like that, where they gonna come knocking on your motherfucking door and taking the shit. If you gonna do this type of shit, take it from the fucking white people, okay? They invented the goddamn fraud. If you gonna do it, that's one thing I can give them, because that's all y'all know how to do is be fraudulent. Take a page out they fucking book. If that's how you gonna do it. But
Not
yeah,
a
it's
pig.
just it's crazy. These fucking jobs, it's like, before it was go to school, get a degree, get a degree. Imagine going to school, getting a bachelor's degree and a master's degree, and they want to give you $10 a fucking hour.
Yes.
That is
Yeah.
so demoralizing. And today, my husband had to tell me, he's like, babe, I know you used to making a certain amount, but he's like, we live in a state where the income is lower now. So, you know, don't beat yourself up if you start at, what I'm saying, if you have to take a cut, because what you make in Miami is different than what you would make in North Carolina. And I had to remember that, because it feels so like I worked myself up so much to make a certain amount,
Yeah.
and then to have to go back to the job market and know that I'm gonna have to take, whatever type of cut. You know what I'm saying? But at this point, I want to work, and it's just like, people have spent money to go to school and put their heart and their soul, and they work so hard to be demoralized, to be like, okay, $10 an hour, when you can't buy groceries at that, let alone rent. The fact that
Hmm.
we live in a place where you have to make 3 times the monthly rent to get the apartment. Bitch, if I made 3 times the monthly rent to get the fucking apartment, why am I here?
Exactly.
If I made 3 times the monthly rent, I'd have a mortgage, or I'd be in a condo, or just in any place but fucking here. Like, it's not, I don't even know who came up with that rule. But to see those landlords get so upset, the reason why those landlords were upset is because they don't have the money.
Yeah.
They don't have the money to fix the things that need to be fixed, and that's why they're upset. Because if you had the money to do what you need to do, and you were a good landlord, you wouldn't even be outraged by the fact that you actually have to be a landlord and not a fucking slumlord.
Yeah.
I just
That.
want people to not, how they say we should just get together and not pay rent. I
Yeah.
really wish we could just get on one accord and just do that. Like, everybody just say, hey, we're not gonna pay rent. And
Yeah.
like, actually do it. Like, just actually do it.
But that's the problem. Everybody in America is so divided. Like, clear example, and we showed this before, and we'll talk about this a little bit later. But just what happened with the election in Texas, where Jasmine Crockett, her district, where they were literally sending, and we talked about this yesterday, they were sending people back. The machines were being turned off. They said that they were extending it, and then they said they're not extending it, and all that just for that white dude to win. Just to know that that white dude actually is being funded by the same people that fund our current president, Trump. I said it's the same thing. I said, and what got me is that the 60% of the votes that he got was from a lot. Well, 60% of the Latinos voted for him. I said, you guys ain't learned your lessons. I said, y'all ain't learned shit.
Again, y'all did it to us again. So you know what? We're resting. We was already resting before. We definitely resting now. We're not doing anything to help y'all, because mark my words, because my husband said, I bet you when he get up in there, he's going to start voting Republican.
Yep.
Because Talarico, you just sat there and voted for white Christian patriarchy, because that is exactly what he comes from. He was in a program, where they pay the white teachers to go teach in the ghetto for 2 years.
Uh-huh.
He came from that program. You know who runs that program? The Waltons. You know who runs Walmart? The Waltons. He is backed by the same people that are backing Trump. And
Yep.
I said this on either Court of No Appeals or our show. But one thing about white people, y'all always waiting on the great white hope. No
Mhm.
matter what, y'all are always waiting on the great white hope. You will take an underqualified white man over an overqualified black woman any day of the week and twice on Sunday. Because as soon as Gavin Newsom brought his thick-head ass out here and started making memes and started getting in Donald Trump's face, what's the first thing y'all start seeing underneath those social media posts? Gavin 2028. The
Yep.
same people that 24 hours before that would be Kamala 2028, all of a sudden, oh my God, Kamala 2028, she's gonna run again. Y'all went right to a white man. The minute you could find a white man, that is exactly who y'all ran to.
Sure
And for
is.
you people, and I saw a video today with my favorite Dominique Morgan, and she said, because the comment, she was responding to a comment, says, Jasmine is unlikable, basically deal with it. So she said, make a list of everything that make Jasmine Crockett unlikable
Mhm.
and watch that it's rooted in white supremacy. Then
Yep.
make a list of everything you like about Talarico and see if it's not rooted in white supremacy.
That part.
Because same thing with when people don't like what I say and the way I say it, oh, she's an angry black woman. Why are you cursing? Why are you so vulgar? Why are you this and that? Write your reasons down why you don't like the way that I speak the way that I do.
Mhm.
Then have a white woman say the same thing that I said the exact same way, minus the word nigga. Write it down why you like what she says, and both of them are going to be rooted in white supremacy.
Yep.
That's exactly what it is. You don't like her because you're racist. If you're black and you don't like her, it's because you're anti-black.
Mhm.
Because she is educated, she is smarter, she is qualified, she has more education and more experience than Talarico, and you still voted for him because you said a black woman couldn't win. And the reason why you thought a black woman couldn't win is because y'all are fucking racist and anti-black.
There it is.
That's all it is to it. And the quicker you come to that realization, the better off you're gonna be. If she took the eyelashes off, if she took her wig off, what else would you complain about?
She bald
Her
headed.
wig, her wig, her
Yep.
wig, her lashes, her nails. None of that has anything to do with her education and her experience. Nothing. Nothing at all. If she was a people pleaser and took all of that stuff off, you would still call her ghetto.
Yep.
You would still say that she was hood, that she doesn't represent people, that she's not educated. You would find something anti-black to say about her, regardless of what she did. So that's the same thing when y'all talk about me. Oh, you could get your message across if you didn't wear their hair. First of all, bitch, I don't wear their hair. Okay, how I choose to wear my hair, the things that I choose to do, get my nails done, all of that has nothing to do with my blackness. And I don't have to prove my blackness, and neither does she. You bitches are anti-black, point blank and fucking period.
Yeah. Hey, Stone. Stone is joining.
Hey, Stone.
It looked like your screen is frozen, so hopefully you're still there. But yeah, I mean, what we're going to do is I'm going to read some of the comments before we go on to the next topic. Tiku says they're wanting degrees for $14 an hour. They can go to hell. Germany says that's true about these pay these days. They want experience in education and be able to pay people nothing. Some countries don't require all of that to rent, just first and a deposit. Tiku says, may they have the days they voted for. That man was so obviously a plant, come out of nowhere with full funding. And that was one thing that got me. I said, I've heard about the Republicans running. I heard about Jasmine running. This white boy just came out of nowhere. I'm a Christian. And you know what? Let me show you something about that. We're going to take a look at this. I just want to show you guys something about this so that way you guys can see exactly where we're coming from with this Talarico thing, because it goes very deep. So let's take a look at this, and we will be right back. Stay tuned.
I want to talk about electability when it comes to Jasmine Crockett, but can y'all explain to me something that I saw in the FEC filings today? Yeah, so let's take a quick look at this Schedule A filing that I found on the FEC website right here. So actually, wait, I can't see this. Hold on. Okay, that's better. I can't see shit without my glasses. Ignore the glare. So this is a $500,000 donation made by the Lone Star Rising PAC, which is a super PAC, to James Talarico on January 27th of 2026. And before we get out of here, I want you guys to take a look at the source information right here. You see that name? Reid Hoffman. Does that name sound familiar to you? Oh, look, it's just a Jasmine Crockett supporter trying to put dirt on James Talarico. Here's the fucking filing. Here's the Schedule A for $500,000 to James Talarico on January 27th of 2026. Isn't this the same Reid Hoffman that was in the Epstein files over 2,600 times before all these files started being removed? That guy, right? You remember him. Hey, Reid, look at you explaining your visits to the infamous private island, his New Mexico ranch, his New York apartment, all according to those emails that came from Jeffrey Epstein. You remember those? I know that they took him down, you know, having a little bit of issues with this whole, like, cover-up situation. But yeah, that Reid Hoffman on January 27th donated to James Talarico. So if you want to talk to me about electability, hey, James Talarico, are you going to get rid of that $500,000? Are you going to give it back and denounce Reid Hoffman for all of the ties to Epstein's Island, according to Jeffrey Epstein's emails? Since you know, it was a misunderstanding about the whole thing of you calling Colin Allred a mediocre black man. Hey, James, you going to get that $500,000 back, buddy? Because $500,000 is a lot of money. That doesn't seem very electable to me, but, you know.
And read some comments. Somebody says, I told y'all he's a GOP plant. Another person says, sounds like he's a strategic plant to split the vote so Lady Jasmine won't win, allegedly. And somebody says, Jasmine Crockett for Senate. And then let's take a look. Now, this is a white dude talking about Talarico. Now, as Nikki said before, you know when white folks say something about their own people, you know there's some truth to that. Let's take a look.
James Talarico, you know the man that just beat Jasmine Crockett in the Texas Senate race. Now, I know you white people and Latinos love this white man so much, and you think he's the good, right choice because he's a good old white, straight, male, Christian, American boy. But you see, I know my people. I do this every day. I just know them. And this James guy, he has like this weird, nasty smell to him, you know? Oh, I'm sorry. No, you don't know because you voted for him. So let me break this down for you. James is a guy who hates on billionaires and doesn't agree with billionaire donors. Yet here is his biggest donor, this woman right here. Now, for the ones who don't know who this woman is, she's a very successful billionaire, obviously. And she is his biggest donor in 2024. But see, she also is one of Trump's biggest donors. You know, Donald J. Trump, the one you guys love so much. And if Jasmine Crockett had any donor associated to that fucking man, you guys would have crucified her to goddamn hell. And you know, Trump has a history with turning these men who are viable. You know, J.D. Vance used to call him Hitler, and now he's the fucking VP. You have Ted Cruz, who Trump called his wife a bitch, and now he can't stop sucking on his glizzy. And then you got the rest of them. Oh, and then don't forget Fetterman. I mean, he's just a class act, right? But you guys couldn't resist it. You know, you just had to vote for a straight white Christian male. Yet Jasmine is fighting Donald J. Trump every goddamn day and his administration. Yet here you are thinking it's a great idea to vote for a man that looks like a goddamn Boy Scout who's never been in a fight in his entire fucking life. Who also accepts money from the same people that donate to your fucking opposing party and the goddamn Antichrist. And you expect him to fight for your ass? So black woman, do you? Fuck them. They're never gonna learn. They're just gonna keep making the same mistake.
And that's from a white boy, y'all. White boy. Mm-hmm. So someone says, so y'all haven't learned shit from Israel? Another person says, I keep saying it's black people versus everybody. They love our rhythm but hate our blues. Another person says Jasmine was sabotage, and I don't trust James at all. Somebody else says, thank you, sir, because we are tired. Do you hear me? Tired. And one of the persons says, I don't get it. Jasmine hasn't backed down at all. She's been representing her people perfectly. And this is what happened. So we spoke about this yesterday, Nikki, in regards to how they were like limited the vote. The machines were being cut off. They sent them to other districts to where they couldn't vote. Take a look at this.
I can barely contain my anger at what's happening. I am in Dallas, Texas, and I just voted. But I've never experienced what I've experienced before. I live in Capel, Texas. I'm less than a mile away from the main government building where I always been voting for everything else, including, last November. But now when I went up there, They have us all separated in different voting locations. If you're Republican or Democrat, they only gave us 2 locations, but the Republican Party can vote in a nice, fancy, pretty building with the nice, updated machines. They got me at some freaking elementary school where there's some teenagers in there and only 2 adults with some old, outdated voting machines to allow us to vote, and I had to drive 3 miles out of my way just to get here.
Someone recently in the comments. Now, I didn't have a lot of sympathy for her, but I do understand the full scope of everything. So I do apologize for that, but I don't apologize for the crying because I'm sick of us getting on these cameras and crying and shit. I said, y'all.
Yeah, that was a bit much.
Yeah, I said, y'all, this crying is getting on my nerves. We need to cut all that out and mobilize as Black people. All that crying on social media ain't doing nothing. Cut it out and mobilize together. Another person said, I think her emotions stem far deeper than polling separation. This is where it began. She knows what the future holds if we don't make it change, and that's why she's emotional. Somebody says, Jim Crow back and y'all playing. And another person says, talking, clowning her, but reality will hit soon. And I want to talk about the other video, the very first video, is not just the Waltons giving money, but I mean, you got that saggy face motherfucker giving money as well. And then you have this Miriam Aldenson, who is a supporter of Trump, who's supporting both sides as well. And this is what I have to say to you, Jasmine. I don't know if you're watching or whatever, but keep your head up. I hate to say this, but racism, especially racist white folks, they have to cheat. They have to cheat to win. They do the same thing in sports. Every time we dominate a sport or something, they got to change the rule. You can't do this. It's the same thing that happened with that girl that was an ice skating, the Black girl. It's illegal. Now when a white boy did it almost, 30
Now it's okay.
Now it's okay, and it's great. It's brilliant. That's why I don't be fucking with they performative asses like that. And the same goes for those Latinos. When I tell you, y'all voted for that white boy, let me tell you something. That white people are going to white people. There's probably a good 20% that's cool, but the rest of them, they gonna get your ass. And you see, and this is how I know I'm right. Donald Trump and all those Republicans, you got people getting shot in the head. They shot white people in the head. Alex Pretty and Renee Good. They got on TV. They lied about it. They said, "Oh, he was a terrorist," and all. Just how they do Black people. What do you think they're gonna do to y'all? They just built more detention centers. They got kids crying in cargo carts and stuff, screaming and hollering. And shipping yards don't even want to take the shipping containers no more because kids are in there screaming and hollering. All this is on video and all this is captured. And you got y'all Latinos out here doing shit. I'm going to tell you what. Now, this ain't to all Latinos. My Puerto Ricans, because I get along with Puerto Ricans very well, y'all cool in my book, a good 80% of y'all. Brazilians, I don't really consider them part of their Portuguese. Brazilians, y'all cool. But the rest of South America and Mexico and all y'all, good luck. When they tear y'all asses up, don't come over here crying to us. No sympathy, no empathy. Hey, you chose this. I don't want to hear no crying. I don't want to hear you being upset. It is what it is at this point. You reap what you sow. Nikki, what you think?
I think what they don't realize is that Jasmine Crockett is much more dangerous to you now because she doesn't have to be nice. She's not beholden to that Senate seat. She's not beholden to her seat anymore because it doesn't exist. So she doesn't have to play by those rules anymore. She can really give you the real deal. Just like when you took all these people from independent media, Don Lemon and all them, you thought by getting them off the air, that was going to stop them. They went the independent route. Now they're more popular than ever. Now they can say what they want to say, unedited, unfiltered. They're not beholden to a station or stockholders. They don't have to do that. You made her more dangerous to you than ever because you can't take away her experience. You can't take away her education. She's in a much more prime position to use all of that. She's a private citizen now. So she can really do things that she couldn't do necessarily being in office. So she has more power now than she did before. A lot of times being in these positions, you can't really do the things that you want to do. You can't say the things that you want to say. I know people tell me, "Oh, you should run for office." No. I get it, but no. I want to be able to say what I want to say, how I want to say it. And there's just certain things that it doesn't happen. Maybe one of these days, but I feel like I'm best served not being restricted by those type of limitations. So I think she's going to be even more dangerous to them, because you can't, what are you going, you can't vote her out of a seat. It doesn't exist anymore. She's not beholden to anything, anyone. So
Mm-hmm.
I think she is going to still going to do great things regardless. Black people, we bounce back. That's not going to be an issue. They tend to think that we're easily defeated, even though our existence is evidence to the contrary.
Yeah.
They can't do this. So I think, she's going to be fine. Latino people, I believe Trump said that Cuba might be next once he get done with Iran. So he said that right there with Rubio, right there. He doesn't care. None of y'all are safe with this type of shit. Y'all think y'all good? Go ahead. Y'all will still vote for a white man, even a Democratic white man, over a black woman that has your best interest at heart. So you know what? Go ahead. When he gets in there and he start voting against your interest, don't say nothing. All you white people that, oh well, we voted for him because we needed Texas to be blue. You could have made it blue by voting for her.
Sure could have.
You voted for, once again, you went in that booth and you voted for your whiteness.
Yep.
And your whiteness gonna get you fucked up. Shout out to Cassandra. We just got our first cash app of the day, so thank you, Cassandra.
Hey, Cassandra, thank you so much. We appreciate it. And and this is one thing. I'm gonna read some of the comments. Jamie Mason says 47 told him to get rid of Crockett, and that's what they did. Also, Ratio. This is my first time seeing you here. Nice to see you. My heart goes out to Jasmine Crockett. She really believed in what she was doing and what she was fighting for. She really did. Black and proud. Good to see you. Strategically plotted this woman's downfall because she spoke about the injustices of the administration voting has consequences, and certain parts of Texas are about to go down. Donahue says the white man's going to always chat no matter what. This shows that they haven't learned their lesson from 2024 because they can't let go of the hate and racism. They're going to fuck these midterms up, which is true. And I want to play this here for you guys as well, because it's like it's like the Asians are waking up, and Asians always woke up. Asians have always been that group. Besides the Koreans and some of the Japanese, like half of them, and probably a little bit of the Chinese, but not a lot. But they've always been cool. But they waking up, and I tell you what, if the Asians and the blacks were ever to band together, it's like curtains for everybody else. Because look who creates all the inventions. Look who has all the culture, the dancing, the night, all that is black, and then Asians are right there with us. So I want to take you guys to take a look at what this Asian girl was saying, because she was spot on. And then we are going to be right back in 1 second. I'm trying to get it to pop up for you guys. And also make sure to put your comments in the comment section, and then I will try to read all of them as I can. Let's take a look.
People are always stereotyped as ghetto, violent, and criminal, and yet white people are never stereotyped as school shooters, family annihilators, druggies, or fraudsters. Oh my god, Jackie, what are you talking about? White people commit the majority of all financial white-collar crimes, but we don't call them fraudsters. People aren't going to comment on TikTok under a white financial advisor's TikTok and be like, I don't really trust this guy with my money because you know how they are. Both school shooting cases and family annihilation statistically involve white male perpetrators at a noticeable rate compared to population share. A white family moves in next door, I'm not going to tell my family, you should be cautious against them. You know how they are. Even drugs during the opioid crisis, rural and suburban white neighborhoods, ridiculously high rates of abuse and drug-related. And that's historical information, and nobody today claims that white people are druggies because of it. Which they shouldn't. But why can't we apply the same logic when it comes to black people and other races? I am so sick and tired of seeing any kind of video on TikTok that has to do with like a majority group of black people, and people in the comments are just straight up being so racist. You know how they are. Like ghetto, poor, smells like Hennessy, whatever. That's so fucked. People, when they commit crimes, are allowed to be individuals, and black people, despite white people being overrepresented in a lot of crimes like I just mentioned, still, it's just because this one individual had like a bad background, bad upbringing, mental health issues. But when a black person does something similar or commits a crime, that's just how they are. Logic is not logicking. Black people are always stereotyped.
All right, so I'm gonna read some of the comments here. Somebody says, I was a sex offender therapist and had a caseload of 115 clients. Over 90% of those offenders was white. All I can say about that. Another person says the Asians are waking up and I love it. They also committed they said they also committed the most genocide in the world. And so this is one of the things that get me. I said if blacks and Asians ever band together, it's lights out. It's like a clear example with this. It's the same thing I said about this. Look at what's going on with everything currently going on in the world right now. Just look at it. All right. You know that term chess and checkers? I hate when people, it's like overused right now. Oh, they're playing chess. Why these players playing checkers? Let me tell you how what's being broken down. You look at United States. United States is playing checkers. We're going to call it what it is. You have all these unqualified people, reality TV stars. Let's just break it down for a little bit. McMahon, WWE money, lied that she had an education degree, okay? Lied. Black person did it at work, they will be let go. Any PLC that did it, they'll be let go. Lied on the application, still got the job at the Department of Education. And she said, and she has a French degree, not an education degree. And then this dumb broad sat there and they put a big banner of Charlie Kirk over the Department of Education, a college dropout. Let that sink in right there, okay? Then you have RFK Jr. RFK Jr., no medical experience. He's never went to school to be a doctor. He don't have any experience working in any type of medical field or anything like that. A heroin addict and chain smoker. That's who you're getting your medical advice from. Then you have PKXF, an idiot that released war plans in a text message with just friends and family. I don't need to talk about Trump. I don't need to talk about Caroline Levitt, Chris. I don't need to talk about any of them. That's what you're dealing with. That's why we have all these issues going on. So you hear that? So that's chess. Checkers. Now chess is with what's going on with Israel. They got all the little strings going on. The Epstein files. If you don't do this, Trump, we're going to release more of the Epstein files. They got all that information on them. The AIPAC money, the Zionists. That's why this AIPAC stuff is a big problem because it's all going back to them. If you don't fight, we'll release this. If you don't do, we'll do this. But it's always a threat with them because we have the American white people, I don't care how people feel about it, and these goofy ass Democrats and Republicans have sold out the American people for a paycheck. That's why this whole thing with Jasmine Crockett and that Talarico guy is such a big problem, taking all these monies. Now, I'm going to tell you about Iran, okay? Iran is playing shogi. I don't know if you ever heard of shogi. Shogi is an advanced chess. So with that, even if you do lose your pieces on the board, you can re-put your pieces back on the board. Very advanced. You don't have information because the information can change at any moment. So that's what you have there. And then China, they're playing bridge. Do you know AI is having a problem trying to beat bridge? AI is having a problem trying to beat their game. That's what China's playing. China is silent and stealthy. They ain't said a goddamn word about nothing. They said, you know what? Y'all got this. We're going to sit our asses back and let y'all handle this. And I don't know if y'all been paying attention, but this is what's going on. That's why I have to say when this Asian girl, this is going back to her, Asian people get it. Asian people get it really fast. The rest of the world, it's like, especially with white folks, that, oh, I'm scrambling, I'm confused. Y'all always scrambling and confused. Y'all always scared of everything. Everything scares y'all. You're scared for your life. You're scared of this. You're scared. I'm over it. I'm really over it. And so that's what we have. That's what we have going on right now. And so I'm telling y'all, they gonna fuck around. And let me tell you, their kids is not out there fighting in this war. This whole thing is being blown up on social. They not out there. We showed the photos the other day. Netanyahu's kids is on Miami Beach drinking espressos and lattes, baby. Drinking espressos and lattes, waking up looking like they ain't washed their ass in 8,000 years. Not only that, this motherfucker left them and ran off to Germany while the rest of the people getting blown up in Tel Aviv. This is what ABC and CBS, well, it's all bought by the Zionists anyways. So they're not showing this stuff on these channels. You have to go to Geopolitical news just to hear about this stuff. And they'll tell you, hey, this is what's really going on over there. Y'all got to start looking at geopolitical news. Even when they say, oh, there's only 6 army members that have died, there's over 600 that died. 600. And they're not reporting that. Russia's reporting that. China's reporting that. Germany's reporting. All these other countries reporting the right number. America's sitting here lying to y'all. But the problem is Americans are so selfish and stupid, and I hate to say it that way, that they can't process it. They're not trying to learn. They don't care to learn. They don't care to know about history. They just want to do whatever they want as long as it's about racism and getting something they want out of it, as long as it don't affect them. Nikki, what do you think?
No, I agree 100%. These countries are sitting back. I saw a news reporter was asking the prime minister of Iran, and he was like, "Yeah, we're waiting for America.
Oh yes,
We're waiting." And the news anchor was like, "You're waiting?" Like it
was
took him
shocked.
by surprise. And that man was cool as shit. He was like, "Yeah, we're waiting on y'all to come." And I don't know, was this if this was true, but they said that Iran was like painting pictures of planes, and we were actually thinking that we were hitting their actual planes, and it was like paintings or some shit. I don't know. I don't know if that was just on TikTok or what have you, but if that's true, that's fucking hilarious. But the the thing with this war is that they literally think they're playing Call of Duty.
Yes.
They literally think this is a video game. They're living out their childhood fantasy with real people and real people's children out here fighting a war that nobody asked for. And then they keep saying, "Oh, this isn't a war." Your president says it's a war. Hegseth says it's a war. Everybody else is saying it's a war, but you're saying, "Oh, it's not one." They're trying to say that so that because they know that it's illegal already. Like y'all don't care. So it doesn't matter anymore. Y'all doing whatever the fuck you want to do anyway. It doesn't matter. It is a war. You went and bombed some fucking body that you shouldn't have bombed that wasn't messing with y'all. And has Iran done some fucked up shit? You know, Iran ain't Hawaii and that motherfucking ain't the greatest place to be. But we got shit going on over here. Nobody was fucking with them. It is not our job to fight for fucking Israel. We already giving you bitches billions of dollars a year. We got to fight on your behalf too. Fuck you. MAGA, y'all Christian evangelists, they don't fuck with y'all. The Jews don't celebrate Christmas.
They don't.
They not Christians. Imagine being poor white Christians giving all your money to rich Jews that don't even believe in what the fuck you believe in. That's what y'all are doing. And then y'all worried about a motherfucker coming across you worried about Jorge coming across the goddamn border illegally, but you right here paying a bitch that don't even believe what the fuck you believe in. At least Jorge believe in Jesus. The nigga named Jesus. What the fuck are you talking about? At least he on one accord. Jesus, Jesus. At least they seeing this shit.
They got it.
Money to a motherfucker that don't even believe in the same shit you believe in. Beanie Baby don't celebrate Easter, bitch. Y'all over there giving y'all money. Y'all talking about America first and doing everything but putting America fucking first. That's the fucking gag. This man is putting America first, but Americans can't eat. Americans can't get a job. Americans don't have no place to stay.
And I'm gonna show you some of the stuff that you were just talking about, because I have all that stuff queued up. I'm telling you, this stuff, this geopolitical news is on a whole different level. And before I do, I'm gonna read some of the comments too. William Jones says there's a guy by the name of Ricardo Ignacio and has a podcast. This guy brings the heat to his community. Have you ever thought of having him on? We can try to have him on. I'll write his name down for you. Ricardo. Nikki, can you get it? Ricardo Ignacio. Yeah, thank you for that. We'll appreciate it. We will definitely try to write them down. And then also William Jones says, I know you have a lot of chat, but I would recommend that Ricardo Ignacio podcast. He's an expert on how and why Hispanics can't quite whiteness. HACF says, Euro and read Dr. Spiegel. I get better notifications from them than any other news outlet. So I just want you guys to take a look at, what's really going on internationally, because why Satan Yahoo's kids is out here living on Miami Beach, drinking espressos and lattes like they ain't washed up, and while Barron Trump is sitting over here protected, and all these rich white Republicans and some Democrats up in there living well and not sending their kids, they sending your kids to go fight these wars. So I want you guys to see what's actually going on and take a look. And Nikki, you were right. If you look at this before I start the videos, little girls out here playing hopscotch could have known that these fucking planes weren't real. Look at this shit. But when you have people like Pete Hegseth and Trump, reality TV stars and Fox News hosts running our government, this is what you get, a band of idiots. Let's take a look at this.
You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. Iran has to get the award for the most clever shit ever in war, bro. These niggas drew airplanes on the ground knowing how the U.S. and Israel work, because they know they ain't gonna come with no cavalry and do it for real. They're gonna try to bomb them. These niggas drew pictures of planes on the ground, and the United States and Israel just blew like millions and millions of dollars on bombs that ain't hit no targets. When they tell...
Can I play this as well?
This video is so embarrassing to Israel. They released it thinking they blew up an Iranian helicopter, but instead they wasted $1 million bomb on a painting. Look at the rotors, they don't even move, it's still there. It gets even better. How about these strikes on the fighter jets? They don't even move. Watch this one right here. Look at the front, it just stays intact. They're painted on the ground. The Israelis and Americans are dropping $1 million bombs on paintings. This video is so embarrassing to Israel. They released it thinking they blew up an Iranian helicopter, but instead they wasted $1 million bomb on a painting. Look at the rotors, they don't even...
And I'm going to play this right here as well. Let's take a look. This is who you're fighting for. Now, you remember they be dancing and singing and shit while children were being murdered? Look at this. This is their forces. Take a look at this. And then I'm going to show this as well. Now, while they're also still sending your family over there and stuff, your children, look at this bitch in the airport. Just take a look. Fleeing her country, but she's so badass. Why don't she stay her ass over in Israel and fight?
There you go.
Let's take a look.
You're a bad bitch, stay home.
So we're pretty much fighting for a bunch of cowards. Somebody else says the most insufferable people on the planet. Another person said, why are they fleeing the promised land? And somebody else said, free Palestine. And then let's take a look at this. Now, this is happening in New York. Now, you remember we showed that video of those, that guy that showed the Jewish community with 17, 16 kids and living off PBT and all that stuff. Now, I thought that, they trying to build their community and everything. They know something that we don't know. And these people are so evil. What they will do is they will blow up us just to escape them being persecuted. Let's take a look.
What's going on in New York, y'all? What's going on in New York, y'all? Look at this. The fake ones are leaving. The fake ones are leaving. They are panicking. Look at this, y'all. They're coming out of there like rats coming out of New York. What is going on over here? Oh my goodness, they must have got some crazy news or something big is about to go down. Look at this.
Yo, only in Brooklyn, y'all gonna see 1 million fucking yo, what the fuck is going on? What's up? What the fuck?
And I'm gonna play this while I'm gonna play this while I read some of the comments. Somebody says Israel must be preparing to kill a lot of New Yorkers in order to blame it on the Arabs so they can start World War III. They did the same on 9/11. 3,000 Jews got the warning not to come to work right before the Mossad brought down the Twin Towers via wire detonation. This time, it looks like they're fleeing New York, so the Mossad job will be much bigger than 9/11. Somebody else says something is about to happen. Everyone wake up and prepare. And another person says they always know stuff in advance. If they are leaving, maybe you need to leave too. And then it's not just what's going on there. Look what's going on in Italy. They all around the world spitting on people, harming and killing people, molesting children. It is just not just there. Let's take a look at what's happening in Italy.
Piece of shit, I'm gonna fucking kill you. Free Palestine. Scusa, possiamo essere lasciati in pace? You know guy. You know what they do it to
I
gay
look
guy?
like a-
You know what they do to the gay guy? You want to cut your fucking dick because they hate you, motherfucker. You're so fucking stupid.
You fucking kill
You like a shoe
children.
like my shoe. You stupid like my fucking shoe, you idiot.
Shame on you.
Look at me, bitch. Look at me, honey.
Come dov'è la Digos quando serve?
Piece of shit, I'm gonna fucking kill you. Damn it. Don't mess with the Israeli people. Women and stupid.
Is that a threat?
You're even Arab.
Is that a threat?
You're not even Arab.
Hey, fucking place.
That's the sign that that girl never gotten her ass beat before. That's what that is. People talk big shit when they never got beat up like that. Somebody says if she felt this comfortable to show this level of arrogance and aggression on the Italian soil, we can only imagine what our Palestinian brothers and sisters endure in their homeland. Free Palestine, as always. Another person says, why does everyone hate us? Why is everyone anti-Semitic? Why? Meanwhile, this does this everywhere they turn. And then this girl explains this as well. Take a look at this.
Just want you to really let sink in what's happening here, okay? So while this 20-year-old just died for a war of choice started by Trump and his Epstein friends to not only help cover up the Epstein files, but to help the Israeli regime who wanted to attack Iran for 40 years expand the Greater Israel Project, Yair Netanyahu, the son of Benjamin Netanyahu, is living in Florida in a $5,000 a month penthouse. Look at how pasty white this motherfucker is. He could blind someone, but, you know, indigenous to the Middle East, Lamau. Yair has long been a polarizing figure in Israel, where critics claim that he enjoyed the trappings of his family's power and a playboy lifestyle without ever holding down a proper job. He doesn't even live there, bro. He lives in Florida. Where are the deportations when you need them? So just do me a favor and keep this contrast in your mind. If you or a family member is in the U.S. military, you should resign. You should resign. See, it's going to be kind of hard to fight World War III if you don't go. I just want you to...
You know what? Fuck her. In her case, a broke clock is right twice a day. Cause see, she like talking that shit from the comfort of her fucking living room. Cause she was the same one that didn't want Jasmine Crockett, didn't want Kamala Harris, and now all of a sudden she's bringing to light the fucking disparity with fucking Israel. Fuck you, bitch. But again, a broke clock is right twice a day.
Yeah, well, you know, that's the thing. It's like, and this is why I said, first of all, I've told people this before. How can you fight for a bunch of cowards and pedophiles? These people, and we showed the videos, and this is all on social media, because you can just pull it up. They literally dance and sing while children are getting blown up. Building stuff. I said, well, and then they're hiding in bunkers. And then his son is in Miami. He over there in Berlin, Germany, in the comfort of their home. And then you got all of racist white Republicans and stuff, they are in the White House. They built a whole barricade around the White House. It looks a fucking mess. It looked like a war. It looked like they're preparing for some type of big war or something. But this is the problem. You have people that wanted racism and people that wanted sexism and people that wanted to harm others and stuff and protect pedophiles. And this is what you have here. So if Iran or China or whoever come and tear this shit up, hey, you can thank them for it. You could. I stated this before. Every MAGA person, every ICE person, every person that is supporting pedos or doing this stuff, why aren't they on the front lines? They believe in this administration so much. They believe in all this stuff. They believe in Trump and these motherfuckers is silent on social media. Silent. Ain't said a word. Y'all believe in it so much. I'm not as nice as everybody else. Somebody when I wrote the comments, it was like, oh, you know, well, the law doesn't allow people 40 plus, whatever. I said, well, he always writing all them fucking executive orders. Send the whole fucking family, the whole ICE family, send them all because they benefit from it. Send the whole MAGA family. They'll make me a bigger difference. Nikki, what do you think?
I think they should send the Latino. I think they should send the they should definitely send you know, Meal Team 6 and the Gravy Seals over there, but send the Latinos.
Oh yeah.
All the Latinos that voted for Trump, show your loyalty. And go fight in the war. I mean, if y'all was in Cuba, you know, Castro called you up. You didn't have no choice to go. So I think y'all should be on the front line. I think every Latino man who you know, you're so, you know, you macho and shit, go fight the fucking war. Every single one of you Latinos that voted, every single one of you Mexicans that's dying to say nigga, go ahead.
Amen.
Don't take your ass on the front line. Go fight for that. You same people that got all that fucking smoke for Israel, take your ass over there. Y'all talking all that shit, but you won't go to Israel. Y'all talking about why we not doing stuff in America, but you won't take your ass over there. I'm a black woman. I'm not going over there because I already know how I'm gonna be met. I know how I'm gonna be greeted. I'm not going to Palestine because I already know how I'm gonna be treated.
Yep.
I'm not going over there knowing that they don't fuck with me like that. But that is y'all live in the United States and your condition for a president or any representation in the United States is how we treat a motherfucker that don't even live here. And not only not live here, but doesn't have us as an ally. Like actual, not the countries have being allies, but us as people.
Yep.
If I took my black ass over there to Israel, they'll have nigger with the hard E already. I don't care what none of y'all saying. You know it's the fucking truth. Same shit over there with y'all stay fighting fights that are not yours. It is shit going on right here at home. And until you stop fighting for it over there, just because we can do it don't mean we need to get involved. If we get involved, it needs to be the right way.
Yep.
This man has alienated us from having allies. So when we go out here, he out here willy-nilly bombing motherfuckers. Everybody else, the UK, Europe, all of them is just like, hey, we don't like this motherfucker. So if he wipe the USA off the face of the fucking earth, then it is what it is. It's more for us. That's the position that he put it in. He wanted us isolated. Y'all feeding into that superpower bullshit. America ain't no fucking superpower. It might have been at one point in time, but you white folks, every fucking presidency, y'all fucking ruined the legacy of America being a superpower. You got a fucking toddler running this shit. And we're not gonna have any, we don't have any reputable allies. We do not have any. And the only people that are fucking with America is because they need something from Trump. Kamala Harris got up there and said that they're going to treat him like the lunch school bully. They know that he wants to be a part of the fucking club so bad. All you have to do is give him a fucking compliment. That is all they're doing. That's all Putin doing. That's all Benny Baby doing is giving him fucking compliments. And he is bombing countries on their behalf because they gave him a fucking compliment.
Yep.
They have an entire compilation of Netanyahu saying for 30 years that Iran is on the brink. 2 weeks. That's what Donald Trump did that 2 weeks here from Netanyahu. There is a compilation of him saying for 30 years that Iran is on the brink of nuclear weapons in 2 weeks. That's a long ass 2 weeks, my nigga. That's a long 2 weeks. So for 30 years, y'all been saying the same thing, and all of a sudden, you're just so scared that they're about to strike. They're here to fuck you go.
Yeah.
Let's speed this shit up. Iran. I'm waiting on y'all to do some shit. I obviously don't want nobody getting hurt that don't deserve to be hurt. Let me say that. But should Air Force One and Air Force Two, you know what I'm saying? Do what you need to do. We won't be too upset by that shit.
Well, we showed that video where they was like, "Oh, Iran, please forgive us. We sorry for what we did." I was like, "Y'all not sorry," because that's the problem. It's like they didn't expect people to fight their asses back. What the hell did y'all think? It's what gets me about white people, because even in Anunnaki, those white Jews, they all white people. Okay, I don't care how people slice it. They're not from there. They're from Europe. There's videos all on social media, and we've even played them on these shows before. They even said they're from Spain, they're from Portugal, they're from Russia, they're from Ukraine. That's not the fucking Middle East. I don't know where they learned geography from, but that's not from the Middle East. They converted in the 7th century and just infiltrated. And then now, we also played videos before where they said, "Oh, we're Native American." I said, so y'all just claiming any group now, huh? Now y'all Native American. Now they got LGBT protections now. I'm over it. Something is wrong with these people, mentally and medically. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with these people, but they crazy as shit, and they don't care. They don't care about you. They don't care about your children. When you have to be a certain type of stupid to sit there and know that you guys, and this is what bothers me about the government. They said, oh, well, we dropped the bombs over there, and that was on accident. We accidentally hit a school. So I said, you mean to tell me that you accidentally hit a school with 160 kids? But I see these Zionists, crazy ass psychotic Jews in bunkers dancing and singing to that shit. And then I was watching The View today, and they had that Hasselback with her bobblehead ass. She was on there, and she's. I was like, oh my god, that I can't take that. It was always a rebuttal to everything. I'm like, why don't we send this bitch and her husband and her family over there to the front lines? Y'all support this shit so much. Why don't we send you motherfuckers over there? Send your grandma over there. Everybody's so tough. I remember, clear example, everybody was so tough with the whole Charlie Kirk thing, right? Charlie Kirk was assassinated by a white guy who was a Republican, whose family is Christian, all the white things you can possibly name, right? What if they said they was going to do? Let's go to the HBCUs and attack them. What the fuck did the black people have to do with that?
Nothing.
These racist ass white folks are so tough. These MAGA, ICE, these fucking police officers. Let's send you fuckers to the front line. Y'all so tough. Y'all about that life. Y'all are so superior. Why don't we send y'all? The same with the Zionist Jews over there in the bunkers in Israel. Get your ass up out there and fight. What the fuck y'all hiding in bunkers for? Y'all so tough. Y'all, what is it? What it comes up, the promise people or I have never seen a group of people that call themselves superior, but you need EBT from America. You need us to feed you guys. We're paying for your universal health care. When shit hits the fan, y'all sit here crying like we just showed in the video, or y'all fleeing to other countries. I'm confused here. That's not superiority to me. That's cowardness.
Yep.
I mean, you got to make it make sense for me. And then you want our kids to fight for some cowards who sit here and dance and sing in those stinking ass black robes while y'all sitting there, y'all bomb children and say, oh, it was an accident? I'm going to tell you what. It's just like what they say in the animal kingdom. If you see a giraffe or a hippo or a elephant, they don't let no lions just attack them and just like, oh, you know, we gonna sing "We Shall Overcome" and thank you for coming to attack us. They fight back. And what do the lions have to be strategic? Even some lions, they say, okay, they're too strong. We won't fight them. You mean to tell me the humans are the only ones in the animal kingdom? Because that's what they keep saying in the animal kingdom. You mean to tell me the humans are the only ones that they don't want a certain group of people to fight back? That's the problem right now. Everybody wants us to march and sing fucking Gone with the Wind mammy hymns. But when you start beating their ass and giving them the business, all of a sudden, as you're seeing what's happening right now, oh, we're sorry. They did not expect this. This is what's going on. They didn't expect them to fight back.
Yep.
That's what's going on right now. And now, since they're fighting back, they're like, oh shit. And not just fighting back, they're embarrassing us. You can look at that fucking concrete and tell those are fake planes. You can tell that from the photo. And you spent $5 million on that? When y'all could have fed people? The level of stupidity here is mind-boggling. But these are superior people to black people. They're superior to us and we're inferior. And little girls from Hotchkiss could have said, oh, that's a drawing. But these people are so superior. Black people just need to get the fuck away from all these people. And I'm telling you what, if the Asians and the blacks, and when I say Asians and blacks, minus the Somalians and minus the Koreans, if we were to band together, the rest of the world would be in fucking trouble.
Yeah.
Everybody knows it. And we'll take the Puerto Ricans. I'll take some of the Colombians, and we'll take the Brazilians.
We'll take a handful of y'all because it's not all of y'all.
It's not all.
It's enough of you. This is the thing. We're not talking about individual. We're talking about the collective.
Yes.
The collective of people of color are anti-black.
Very.
The collective of white people are anti-black and racist. When we talk about things on this show, we're not talking about individuals. We're talking about you at your group, your respective group as a collective.
Yep.
Because that is what pushes the needle. Collectively, white people voted for Trump. Collectively, people of color voted for Trump. That is a fucking fact. If you don't like that, then speak to your respective fucking group of people and get them straight. I don't need to hear, well, I'm Latino and I voted for Kamala Harris. Good for you. That's what the fuck you were supposed to do. If you get offended by the things we say when we say things as a collective and y'all are still out here getting in your fucking feelings, That's beyond that is beyond me at this point. I don't have time for that shit. I don't
Yep.
give a fuck about y'all being in the comments. Oh, it's not all of us. You exactly the motherfucker I'm talking about. Because if it wasn't you, then why are you feeling some type of way? If you know you went in that voting booth and you voted correctly, when I say Cubans and Mexicans, and I'm talking about who I'm talking about, if you a Cuban or a Mexican or any other type of Latino and you voted for Kamala Harris and you didn't vote for what the fuck is going on right now, I'm not talking to you. So
Yep.
you shouldn't feel no fucking type of way. If you're a Korean, Asian, Somalian, whatever the fuck, and I'm not talking about you, don't feel no type of way. We talking about the Somalians that said, "Oh, I'm not black.
Yep.
I'm Caucasian. I'm something. I don't know what the fuck."
No,
But
it wasn't just
looking
that,
at you,
Nikki. It was just that. Do you see black? Do you see black? This is not black. I'm
this
like,
is not
oh,
black.
okay.
And then at the State of the Union, Mango Mussolini put a target on all y'all Somalians' backs because he said y'all committing all the fucking fraud. He literally put a target on your fucking back on national fucking TV. But y'all not black. So since y'all not black, when they start lighting y'all the fuck up, don't look for black support.
Yep.
All of you people of color that say you're not black, I know black eye this, I know black eye that. Okay.
Deuces.
Don't expect our support.
Fucking deuces.
Do not get in your feelings if we're not talking to you.
Yep.
Because I'm not going back and forth with you motherfuckers in the oh, well, what about the people the black people that voted for Trump? We've already discussed them.
Plenty of times.
What the fuck do you want me to say about coon ass people? That's who we're talking. We're talking about them. So what would you like us to do? We clearly not talking about the black people that voted correctly. We're talking about the people that voted incorrectly. So if I'm talking about Latinos and Asians and other people of color that got us into this mess, don't hit me with what about the black people that voted for Trump?
Yeah.
Because it is minuscule in comparison to the people of color that voted for Trump.
Yep.
Because 80% to 82% of black men voted for Kamala Harris, 92% of black women voted for Kamala Harris. So that small percentile of black men and black women that didn't vote for her is still minuscule in comparison to all the Latino men.
Yes.
All of the Asians, all of the white people that voted for Donald Trump.
Yep.
It is what the fuck it is. Go be mad at your fucking mammy, but don't be mad at me.
All right. And what I'm going to read is some of the comments before we go to commercial break. Tiku says they got us wasting millions of dollars in missiles fighting $50,000 drones. That is true. The drones are like $50,000. Those missiles and stuff, and even the bulky machines to shoot the missiles, because I have family in the military, everybody's talking. You talking about goofy ass people in this government. People are talking. To move that machine around, that big ass truck to intercept the missiles, that costs around between $2 to $5 million. Those drones are $50,000. Iran they looking good right now. We just saw the photo. They shooting fucking hopscotch drawings. This is who's running the fucking country, and we're trying to say that that's superior. That's intellect. That's smarts. T-Coop, you spot on with that. She also said, exhausting our supply, knowing it will take years to replenish it. Also, T-Coop says they're heading back to where they came from. They are Europeans, not the ooze. That's true. And then Germany says, why isn't he serving? It's their law that all people serve 2 to 3 years. It's compulsory. The problem is they're used to Palestinians not fighting back. They're used to Palestinians just praying and stuff like that. They're not used to a missile coming in that damn living room and blowing everybody of the fuck apart. That's the difference. They're not used to a missile coming in and shattering a whole building. They're used to people not fighting back. That's what they're not used to. That's what they're scared of, as they should be. You shouldn't. I told them, I said they should have never touched Iran. Iran has been preparing for this shit for years. And even when I talked to one of my friends, remember I told you about this, and this is some white people that we talked to. They said, you got to listen to Hitler's speech. Everything that the Palestinians said, everything that we're currently seeing now, what did they say? They owned all the water. They owned all the media. They owned all the housing. They owned all the food. They owned all the banks. And they're the reason why we're in fucking World War One. Hence the Holocaust happens. All of a sudden, the Holocaust stops. Now, this is around 1940. You got to pay attention to shit. This is around 1944, right? They start back up in 1945, created an Israel state in 1948, and start fucking the Palestinians up. And then you see what they did to all the other Middle Eastern countries. It was the same thing. And then if America fight, then they're going to do the same to us. Something is truly demonic and evil about those people. I don't care how people feel about it, but 190 countries, I want you to read about them. Far back going to the 7th century and before, they are always a problem. It's continuous. And then if we don't agree with them, we're anti-Semitic. I said, it's like that friend, and I'm going to do an analogy before we go to the break. There was a girl that we used to hang out with. Well, one of my friends used to hang out with. And when I tell you it was a black girl, she used to come into the club, or I don't care, we could be having a good dinner. Yeah, I'm going to beat this bitch ass, and I'm going to whoop her ass, and I'm going to beat this bitch ass. And I said, and even some of her other friends said, why do you hang around with this girl? Oh, she's fun. And baby, that's not fun going to a dinner or to a club and something, and she has to fight everybody. The last straw for me was we went to my friend's birthday party. This is an analogy of how I see Israel. We went to some club. I forgot what the name of the goddamn club was. And she comes in a little bit later. She comes in pointing, yeah, I'm gonna get this bitch. Yeah, I'm gonna whoop this bitch ass. And so we see her pointing at all these different groups of people. We don't know who bumped into her. And I said, well, who bumped into her? I don't understand what the problem is. And then you start seeing people like, is the bitch talking to me? You know, and I'm like, this is a group of people. I said, hey, friend, let me tell you something. If these people come over here and they about to fight, you on your own. Because I'm not fighting for her. And there's too many people. I could throw some hands, but I can't throw that many hands. You got to be realistic here. And she will be getting her ass beat by those people over there. And then I told her, and everybody said, leave her alone. She's dangerous. They always starting shit with everybody. And then we have to fight for them. And everybody bunkers and shit. That's what this girl used to do. My friend stopped hanging out with her. Next thing you know, that girl wanted to fight her. And then had her friends trying to fight her and come. I said, don't just cut off all communication. Silence is better than anything. Don't say nothing to her. Don't respond. Don't post anything on social media. Just silence. And the girl had nobody to fight with. Nobody listened to her. All her other friends cut her off. That's how I see Israel. You cannot keep trying to fight everybody and think that people are going to be there to defend your ass. While your son is on Miami Beach drinking espressos, looking like he ain't washed his stinking ass. And while you run off to Germany. And while those other punk asses that ran away to Italy. And I just showed you all these videos. This is what they do. They start shit. They kill people. They over there raping children. And then they sit here and they run away. While your sons and daughters are out there fighting. This ain't no joke, y'all. This is some serious shit. Wake up. They've been doing this for fucking centuries. I don't care how people feel about it no more. I am not fighting for a bunch of pedophiles and cowards. I don't want family in the military right now. I'm nervous for them because I'm like, well, you got Israelis and fucking these rich Republicans. They got their kids living well and protected. And my family, my cousins and nieces and stuff, they in the military, fighting for a bunch of cowards, running away to Italy, running away to Germany, living in Miami, drinking espressos. Fuck y'all. I don't care how people feel about that shit.
And all
this soldier, he was 20 years old?
20. And had 20. No life. No life.
He ain't even had a chance to live yet.
Yeah, and he won't get it. And y'all so gung-ho for this shit. But I want y'all to have that same energy. All these MAGA people that are for this war. When your sons and daughters who are in the military get them papers, get them deployments, I want y'all to have that same energy. Yes. God forbid y'all get that knock on y'all door. I want y'all to have that same energy.
They just approved it.
Because you supported that war. I want y'all to have that. To y'all who think that he is the chosen one and he is leading the country and all of that, when your sons and daughters come back, when your husbands, wives, sons, daughters, nieces, nephews, all of that come back in them fucking caskets, I want y'all to have that same pro-Trump energy. When he dismisses y'all and don't even call you.
Mm-hmm.
He could not even get his fat ass up to be at that airport when those bodies came in.
Yep.
He couldn't even give them enough respect to not even to drift off and talk about some motherfucking drapes. He literally said callously, there will be casualties. That's just the way it is.
Not his son.
Some lives have lost, but there will be more. He's telling you your children are about to die.
Yep.
He is telling you your children are about to die, and y'all are okay with it because it's him telling you that.
Mm-hmm.
But have that same energy when it's your child. Have that same energy when it's your husband. When you got to sit there and let them fold up a fucking flag and hand it to you. Have that same energy.
Absolutely. And before I go, I'm going to read some of the comments here. Y'all get the comments. Y'all doing very good today. Like, because people taking this seriously. I mean, I'm telling you, I think by the end of April, you about to see shit hit the fan. And we ain't even hit midterms yet. I'm telling you, that's why we showed that video of those Jews running. And don't get mad at me. People, let me tell you something. They think they the only one surveillancing people. People filming your asses too. People taking pictures of y'all too. People taking pictures of these Republicans. People taking pictures of these Democrats. People taking photos of these fake independents and shit. Oh, I'm an independent. Okay, you're independent, all right. When they start folding your asses up and y'all coming back in white sheets and shit, don't say nothing. I'll tell you this. I do feel very sad for a lot of our military veterans, especially the veteran that got his arm broken by that punk ass Republican. I wish I had that video queued up, but I know that y'all probably heard about it. I feel sorry for our military personnel that has to fight in the war for a bunch of cowards and rapists and liars and genociders. And they're in their 16s and 20s, and it's unfortunate. I'm sorry that 19s and 20s and stuff. So I'm gonna read a few more comments. Dash Brock says, just have to share this. Currently at a gas station, and there's a white woman shouting at the top of her lungs about gas prices, currently screaming, "Fuck you, Trump." If you got that on camera, please send it to us. We will put that on the show today. Please send it to us. This FTP podcast show at gmail.com. Also said, witness this in 4K. Can't help but feel tickled by it. STP says, hey, y'all, I'm late, so I'll be starting the live from the beginning. See y'all. Okay, no, that's fine. Thank you so much. So what we're going to do is we'll be right back, and we'll see you in a few minutes. Stay tuned.
You said just comply, don't ask why. Follow orders, you'll be fine. Back the blues, the bats don't lie. Now ice killing white people and you want us to cry. Ice kicking in your door, waving the 4-4. All you heard was America ain't free no more. American born no longer applies. Same advice, motherfucker, comply or die. Fresh off the boat, motherfuckers with an attitude. No papers, no English, anti-black and rude. You POC, but you wanna be YT. Seat at the table, as an equal you'll never be. Came to this country off the civil rights side. Get your money up, then stab us in the back. You hate us, but you need us. Gotta make it make sense. When it comes to the whites, y'all just niggas with accents. Let them know y'all just niggas with accents. Let them know y'all just niggas with accents. Let them know y'all just niggas with accents. I said what I said, lo dije y que I meant what I said, lo sostendré. I don't give a fuck how you feel, no me importa cómo te sientas. If you voted for Trump, rest in peace, valsa en paz.
Hey, you guys, welcome to For the People podcast. I'm your host, Vision X, and I'm joined by the Queen of Judges herself, Miss Nikki. And we're trying to get Stone to get in, but I guess something that he's having technical difficulties, which is okay. So we will try to get Stone in as soon as possible. What we're going to do, we're not going to play the game today because normally this is usually a half day, so you guys got a special treat. We're on here for a little bit longer, so we're going to have a kind of a full episode today. But the game will be played on Sunday, so we'll start back up because normally we end on an hour here. But there was so much to cover, and there's so much information that you guys need to know. We want you guys to be safe. We want you guys to be prepared because gas prices is about to go up, food is about to go up, and it ain't about to be by no couple of cents. In Georgia, one of my friends called me. He said the goddamn gas rose $2 in certain areas. $2, not no 10 cents, and $2 in certain areas. You think the motherfuckers in the White House care about you? You think that the Zionist Israeli Jews over there care about you? They sitting there dancing in bunkers, singing songs and hymns, cussing people out in their country as refugees. That's what they doing. This is serious. This is some serious shit right here, you guys. And so we're gonna play some videos, continuing on in our politics section because this is something that's important. And I want you guys to take a look, and we will be right back.
It's too much shit, but I'm gonna say this shit. If you voted for that man, get your ass on the front line. All these MAGA white women, if you voted for that man, put your children in front. We don't need a fucking draft. Y'all need to get y'all asses up and go ahead and sign up to fight. And I think this needs to be a law. If you voted for the man that won the election, if he goes to war, your ass should be the first ones up there saying and swearing in. Y'all said he was going to be a no-war president. Bullshit. And don't try to switch sides now. And to that white woman that's sitting here crying, talking about leftists are giving her a hard time when she finally left the MAGA cult, bitch. And I do mean bitch. You voted for that man 3 times and he was a racist. He was a sexist. He was a 40-something time felon before he got in office. Get no fucking sympathy. I don't give a fuck if you do cross the fuck over. We're gonna haze the fuck out of you. Don't give us your white woman tears, these long-ass fucking letters from other white women that are realizing they fucked up when they voted. You voted for your whiteness. You voted because you were white. You voted for that man because he was white. You voted for that man because how dare a black woman be a president before a white woman be a president? So I don't give a fuck if you sit up here and cry. Take your ass to the front line. You want us to accept you? Take your sons and your daughters to the front line. Because right now, Iran is not playing. They hitting every fucking thing. And it's your president's fault because, bitch, she's not mine.
She ate that. And then this is actually going on. I believe this is in Taiwan. I think they said, I don't know. It's somewhere, but take a look at this.
March 3rd, I'm in Phuket, Thailand, and Thai government just informed everybody that they only have about 2 months worth of fuel reserve. So, of course, everybody is hitting up the gas stations right now. It's a huge, long queue, huge, long lines. And, of course, there's many questions of, like, is it true? Is it really 2 months? How much is it going to go up in price if it does? Are all the electric vehicles right now, like, super happy that they purchased electric vehicles? So many unknowns. So, hey, we went and filled up ourselves on our motorcycle. We don't have a car here in Phuket, so I guess I'll update you guys as we know more from the Thai government. But yeah, that's the news for the March 3rd, 2026.
And reading some of the comments when we play the next video, somebody says, I see why China is going electric. Another person says, Russia has oil and natural gas, remember. And somebody says, bought gas today in Atlanta, and it already gone up from $2.60 to $3.75, with some stations selling it for $4.75. And then take a look at this. This was approved just recently.
All right, y'all. So this is the new topic of the day, and I'm gonna keep it a bean. You gotta take me to fucking jail. You gonna have to take me to jail, cause what the fuck I look like going to fight these niggas for? Fight anybody for? For y'all, nigga? To be quite honest with you, I can get killed just for looking the way I do walking down the street, my nigga. Like, to be quite honest with you, what the fuck business I got going overseas to some people that really don't got no problem with me and fighting these niggas and you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't got no problem with these people. They got no problem with y'all. Why don't y'all get y'all old asses out there and go fight some shit? Because, nigga, I didn't do anything. I just fucking lived here. Matter of fact, I ain't even...
And this is also what's going on. These are the calls that people are receiving that's at the embassy. Take a look.
If you are calling about the crisis in the Middle East, please press 1. If not,
Please do not rely on the U.S. government for assisted departure or evacuation at this time. There are currently no United States evacuation points. Please continue to check the embassy's website for updated information. In the event of ongoing military action, Americans should shelter in place until it is safe to move about freely. If you are calling about the crisis in the Middle East,
Now, here's another.
Help you. It's the message. It's loud and clear. We just got this message here in Israel from the embassy. It reads, I'm quoting here, the U.S. Embassy is not in a position at this time to evacuate or directly assist Americans in departing Israel. Those are the words from the ambassador, Mike Huckabee, and frankly, they're consistent with what Americans are hearing across this region. You know, we all were alerted in 14 countries last night to leave immediately. People were told on their own using commercial options, which is simply an incredible irony given that in almost all of the countries listed, there are no commercial options to leave right now. And in fact, in 6 of them, there isn't even a confirmed sitting U.S. ambassador, including in Saudi Arabia, where the massively fortified embassy has been hit. It's a stunning situation, and I was struck by the words of the general who's currently stuck in Dubai. He formerly commanded the base in Kuwait, such an important base. I've been through there on my way to Afghanistan to report a story. And he was simply shocked by the situation, saying,
it's a little bit disheartening and a little bit envious to hear that the BBC has announced that the UK government is actually arranging transport for the British citizens to be able to extract them, whereas here for us as Americans, we feel abandoned. The State Departments, I've talked to 2 embassy personnel, 2 different embassies, they
You get it. They trying to sacrifice your ass so the Zionist Jews can sit there and dance and sing. And then take a look at what's happening to people that report stuff.
I've just been threatened after I told you how much damage Iran has caused to Israel overnight. 2 hours ago, I posted a video showing the amount of damage Iran has caused. Tel Aviv is blown to pieces. Israel has taken huge attacks. But I'm the only one reporting on it. However, I can kind of see why. Only 2 hours after I posted that video a moment ago, I've just been threatened by Israel, but not in the way you might think. In fact, because of that, all of the videos I've just made on the Iran conflict over the last 4 days have been completely demonetized, meaning we can't make any money from these videos. I've literally spent 18 hours a day up every single day bringing you guys the news. This is beyond a full-time job, bringing you guys the news that you don't find anywhere else. But because I'm not afraid, and because I cover things like the amount of damage Israel is taking, and because of Israeli fighter jets being shot down that I'm the only one covering, I'm being attacked for it. Israel has taken away all.
And then I don't know who this black girl is. If y'all know her, y'all know friends of her. Nikki, y'all her cousins. I want y'all to take a look. She ate and left no crumbs. Take a look.
Boom, we got action. First things first, it's important for you to know that the UAE bitched out. They said, I'm out. Take me out the game, coach. I'm ready to ride the bench. You fucking knew. The whole goddamn country is filled with glass. Did you really think? If I was Iran, I would still stomp a whole fucking year worth of salary up out your ass. Yeah, you not going, no, ain't no I quit. No. You sit your ass right there. Don't worry, I'm gonna get to you. Now see, y'all asses out there getting white sheeted in the middle of the fucking field. Hold the white sheet. They ain't got no more. They ran out. There was too many bodies piled up. Over 650 American soldiers already wiped off the face of the earth. My God on today. But these are not American soldiers. These are the Israelis. No more white sheets. They don't have no more white sheets. Sorry, we don't have time or room for keeping your identity safe. They whooping y'all asses too bad and way too quickly. And that they are doing. I mean, they literally just shot another F-35 up out the sky. Like it was nothing. Both Hezbollah and Iran. So I'd imagine the white sheets, just go ahead and hold them, get them up out of that field. And then they try to be slick, United States and Israel, and try to start a revolution from within. Did you not think that they was watching their back? Y'all got caught. Got caught yet again trying to do some slick shit because you losing. And I'm going to show you in a second how and why they are losing. Now, initially, they was all out stop fighting like 2 niggas. This is the city of Tyre. Tyree, in Lebanon, one of the southern towns in Lebanon, that America and Israel decided to use illegal banned weapons on of mass destruction. But this is nothing new because they've been doing this entire time. And it wasn't until Iran started using them back and they was like, that's not fair. Why not? You're still doing it. You're still doing it. One quick second. My thoughts and prayers goes out to anybody that was impacted or affected by the continuous bombing of southern Lebanon in retaliation for what Hezbollah and Iran is doing, sticking their foot up their ass and turning that bitch sideways all the way up to their trachea and working them like a fucking puppet.
And then one last thing, this is how they treat our soldiers. Look at this is at the Atlanta airport. Look at that shit. And I'm gonna read some of the comments while it's playing. Somebody says that's wild, but our government pays for hotels for ICE agents. Another person says absolutely unacceptable, and another person says my son is in the United States military. This infuriates me. This is who y'all fighting for, baby. This is who y'all fighting for, baby. Cowards, cannibals. You know, just reading into the Epstein files and seeing all that stuff. I said, so you mean to tell me they torture children to increase something that is in the blood? It increases the blood, so you draw their blood and you take it as a drug. You know what was similar to that? Have you ever seen the show True Blood? On HBO?
No, but I know of it. I know of it.
It was big. It was a huge show back in the early 2000s.
Vampires.
It runs the same way. You take the blood from the vampire and it gives you like a high. And they call them, you taking that vamp blood, you taking that V, you know, that's what they call it. All the shit makes sense now. Yeah, these people, they're telling you what they're doing, eating children and molesting them and sex trafficking and stuff. And now that you see videos of how they treat our veterans versus how they treat ICE agents and how they treat the Proud Boys. I'm telling you, if this bitch was to fall, let it fall. Because let me tell you something, Black people are always going to band together and figure it out. We always do. Everything from the Red Summer of the 1920s to Tulsa, Oklahoma, to Rosewood, to Seneca Village, all these places. They always come and tear up all of our shit, but we always find a way to rebuild and even be better than what we were before. They can't do that. That's why I keep telling this integration with them, that shit ain't working. And no offense, I can't help who you love, okay? I cannot. You know, it is what it is. But a lot of you that's in these interracial relationships, and then y'all calling and saying, oh, my white husband knocked my fucking block off and called the police, or, you know, this white woman called the police on me, and, you know, this is my wife. Hey, I don't know what to tell you. It is what it is at this point. This has been going on for history. We've been seeing these people do this throughout history. It's the same thing. Ain't nothing really changed with this. And it's like people don't learn their lessons, especially these basketball and football players. You know, Shaquille O'Neal is a part of the MAGA movement too. Yes, Shaquille O'Neal is part of, and Calvin, aka Snoop Dogg.
We knew about him.
Call that motherfucker by his government name. I'm telling you what, when the white folks turn on you and they need some entertainment and they need a nigger barbecue or a Hank, hey, don't call us. You made your choice. I don't want to hear a damn thing about anything. I don't want to hear nothing about them dragging your family out there. I do not give a rat's ass. I'll be like, oh, well, you better start rapping. You better start doing something, because I don't know what to tell you, ass. It is what it is at this point. I just have nothing for you no more. It's like you give a few people, you give these Latin people and some of the Black people, you give them some money and prestige, and these motherfuckers start showing their ass. Good luck to y'all. Nikki, what do you think?
You already know. I'm there with you 100%. This ain't shit, y'all. This is what you choose. And again, we're not saying it's all people, but if you go out of your way to side with them, stay your ass over there.
Yep.
Because they are the only reason you could be MAGA is because you're a Shaquille O'Neal, because you're a Snoop Dogg. Because if you was just a regular everyday nigga, they wouldn't want you. They need you to get to the younger black people. That is it. They don't see you. They're never going to see. I don't give a fuck how much money. You could have more money than them. They're never going to see you as being equal to them, no matter how much money you have, no matter how much education you have, no matter how much you hate yourself and you hate black people and you denounce black people to show your love for them. You see Tim Scott, you see Byron Donaldson, they sold out. They allowed a man, that man, I believe it was Byron, you allowed a man to pet you on national fucking TV like the dog you are and still didn't get a cabinet position. They gave a motherfucking Indian
Yes.
a fucking cabinet. Matter of fact, two. They gave them a position over you in the fucking cabinet after everything you did. Y'all continue to sell y'all souls for these white people, and every day they get on here and show you that they don't give a fuck, and you keep on shucking and you keep on jiving. Go ahead, because when it comes down to it, you're gonna be out on your own. Because when the race war happens, they're not gonna take you over there. They're gonna kill you first. And don't try to come over here to us for safety, because we're gonna be like, nah, you on your own. So
Yep.
you might as well just go ahead on and end it yourself and save everybody else the goddamn time and trouble, because you're not gonna be able to come back home. Do you think if you wasn't Shaquille O'Neal, they would be interested in you?
Nope.
Really? And notice how they always get y'all, with the exception of Snoop but people like Nelly, they always go to the ones whose career is about to be dried the fuck up, or they shit is coming to an end, and they want to get y'all. Because again, you have to think MAGA and Republicans are always a good 10 to 20 years behind when it comes to pop culture. So what they think, Nicki Minaj washed up as fuck. They want her, because they're always behind on pop culture. They are white people always come in. As soon as black people have a trend and the trend is dying, this when you white people come and try and revive it.
Mm-hmm.
It never fails. So they're picking you for that specific reason, because you're new to them. We're done with you, but you're new to them. And once you serve your purpose to them, they're going to cut you out to fucking dry. And it always hurts you. Ice Cube was on his way.
Yep.
He literally went to the Queen Latifah School of fucking transition, where this nigga was from a musician to an actor, producer, director, what have you. And now this man films is bombing. That water world shit he did was a fucking joke. Every time you get into bed with Trump in some way or another, your career is done. Think about all that you've done in those 30 years of work with Shaquille, with Snoop, and all of that. And it's gone. It's tarnished. All of that work that you put in is tarnished, because the people that got you there are no longer fucking with you. Them white people didn't get you to where you were. So when you fall the fuck off, they not gonna pick you back up. We got you where you are. And you left us for them. When you're washed up, when you're done, they're gonna be done. They only follow trends. They only follow what's popular. Once you don't serve them a purpose anymore, they will move on to the next person.
Mm-hmm.
And where are you going to benefit from that? That nigga could come out with Friday after next Friday after next Friday. Ain't nobody going to go see that shit. Because you sold the fuck out. For what? Snoop, you was literally like America's fucking uncle. I was so happy to see him at the Olympics last year before before he became fucking MAGA. And yeah, you're still there and you're still on The Voice, but that ain't us. You still out there. You still out there for them. And when they're done with you, it's no coming back.
Yeah.
It's no coming back. So all of that work that y'all put in is out the fucking window. For what? Just to keep your money? Think about it. You're only keeping the money you have right now, because you're not gonna get no new money. Because one, the people that got you to where you are can't afford to keep you there. So you think, let me go to the white people because the white people can afford to keep me in the lifestyle I'm accustomed to having. Okay, but that comes at a price. When them white people done with you, that's it. So now they're done with you. Black people can't afford to support you no more. So now what are you doing? You're gonna end up on TikTok shop, just like the rest of you.
Because you know what's funny? Everybody was talking shit about Little Mama. Oh, you know she on there. She baby, you about to see Shaq, Ice Cube. You may see Halle Berry. You gonna see all their asses on there on TikTok shop trying to sell some makeup and some raggedy ass shoes. Watch. And guess what? You ain't gonna have nobody. And who was it? It was a celebrity that says. I think it was what was that girl name? She says you're gonna be shocked how many people are really MAGA that are superstars, especially black ones. But
because y'all are trying to keep their money.
Trying to keep their money.
Think that you're trying to keep your money, but at what cost? Because the little money that you have, it's not gonna do for you what you wanted to do. This is what y'all have to think ahead. You niggas are starting to think like white people. You're not thinking ahead. He's not gonna be president forever. He's not. And what do I always say? The North and niggas remember. Merch coming soon. The North and niggas remember. And it's gonna be a wrap for you. Nicki Minaj, baby, you was already barely hanging on. You're done. You cannot come. You will be doing. I'd be surprised if you could book the UFed, and if you're from Miami, you know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Nigga, there's only so much they can do.
It's only so much you could do.
Every time I hear her, I'm like, okay, I'm done with that Romanian girl. Okay, do you have something else new, Nikki? And she does it on every song. I'm just like, I'm like she has Tourette's or something. I'm over it. I want to hear it.
They're gonna be playing Super Bass in Arkansas, bitch, because that's the only fucking place you're gonna be able to perform that song. That's it. You're done. You're gonna have to go to, I don't know, you're gonna have to go to a country that don't nobody know you to have a career. You're gonna be one of those people where you gotta go overseas to have a career. Yep. Because in the US, you're done, because Black Hollywood ain't even fucking with you. And if Black Hollywood ain't fucking with you, then you're done. You're cooked.
And when you talk about Black Hollywood, you talking about the Denzels and Viola Davises. You talking about the top of the top. You're not talking about no little small potatoes here. You're talking about the top of the top Oscar winners, Octavia Spencer. They done with you.
Somebody put right here, I'll trade Nikki for Chrisette Michele. Chrisette Michele got her ass up there and sang for President Trump. You ain't heard that bitch since. Yeah. You ain't heard her since.
That's what her ass get. I'm telling you, when I see, you know what's that saying where white folks say there's nothing worse than a nigger lover? That's how black people feel about black people. There ain't nothing worse than a coon. These coons out here, y'all here shucking and jiving, y'all trying to do Gone with the Wind, Uncle Ruckus from the Boondocks and shit. Go ahead and keep that, because I'm telling you. And if y'all know, if any of y'all know Farrakhan or somebody within that, Farrakhan, don't you allow these motherfuckers in the group when shit hit the fan. Cut their asses right off. Hey, wasn't you the one that was sitting on there shucking and jiving for Trump? Send your ass right back out there. And then guess what? Those white folks are going to be waiting for Shaq and Snoop Dogg. And they're going to snatch your ass up, hang you from a tree, and chop off your dingling and put it in the jars like they used to do in the 1900s, early 1900s. And I'm like, did y'all take a video of it? I want to see the entertainment. And I'm not going to care. That's what you want. You voted for that. A lot of you MAGAs, you voted for this. You voted for the United States to be in this predicament. You voted for higher gas prices. You voted for food shortages. You voted for SNAP benefits being cut. What do you want us to do? Latinos for Trump, y'all voted for your own deportation, and then sit here and bitch about what's happening to you. How does that make sense? You voted for this, and still vote for this. This is a clear example. This just happened 2 days ago. Y'all ain't learned y'all lesson. So when I see ICE rolling up on y'all And they're like, do you see any Latins or whatever? If you're not friends of mine or I'm not cool with you, I'm gonna say, well, there's a house right there, and there. It's a done deal for me. I have nothing to do with it. I'm good. So it is what it is at this point. I'm gonna read some of the comments real quick. Jamie Mason says, I love True Blood. True Blood was a good ass show. I ain't gonna lie, True Blood was good. Nikki, you gotta watch it. It's exactly how what they talk about the Epstein files, where they like they take the blood from the vampires and stuff, but it does something. It's like it gets you high. It's like,
okay.
It's like a drug. So that's a part of the show. It's more to the show, but that's one of the big things because people get high and they get hooked on it. They call it V. That's the same thing that was happening to Epstein files. They would torture the child, but their adrenaline and stuff is like boiling, and they would draw the blood and they would take it. And that's all in the files. It's some of the sickest shit I've ever read. Ryko says, I'm a veteran. Thank you for your service as well. They would have never treated us like that back in the day. Kids, my name says, like that Torchwood episode, Children of Earth government sent the kids off to aliens to use them as narcotic. They came back decades later for more. Jamie Mason also said Shaq better twirl that ball on his finger and dance. And it was like, no, not Shaq. And then also HECF says Shaquille gifted Mango Mussolini an exotic car a few years ago. Oh, I didn't know that. Cass 8007 says Ice Cube hung on with them too. Blue Skyline R34, new merch idea. You on your own. Hey, Nick, you might run and write that down. Also, she says their legacy is gone. Cass 0887 says Gloria Gaynor too. Yes, I remember that whole thing. She's one of those. Teddy Riley is one as well. That's what I said. These coons, let them have them. When shit hit the fan, these people always go running back to black people for help, and the door is going to be locked, closed, and bolted. There's not going to be a way you can get in. You're not going to be able to send us a text message or email or nothing, and we're just going to watch them tear your asses up. Because when white folks get scared, and I live in the country, they will attack everything around them to get resources. They will attack other people to make themselves feel better. They will attack other people to blame another group of people. They do it all the time throughout history. So when it happens and you're in close proximity to them, and they're like, well, look at that nigger, I want that one. There ain't nothing, there's nobody to help you. It's a done deal. We're not there.
Yeah.
We close the door. We're not answering nothing from you guys. We don't even want to see a social media post from you. We don't care about you. It's a done deal. Y'all support it. Y'all like it so much. Good luck. Good luck with your money too, because they could kill you and take your money. If you have not learned nothing from Tulsa, Oklahoma, Black Wall Street, they dropped bombs on doctors, attorneys, engineers, took all their memorabilia. They took their money. The insurance companies didn't pay them. The banks didn't give them their money back. You could lose all that. And you could just be another field nigga out there. Well, ain't that Shaq with his big ass? Yeah, he used to be a good basketball player, but his ass out there picking cotton now. Hey, it is what it is. That's the life you chose. Ain't that Nicki Minaj? This used to be one of the biggest stars out there. Well, now she in Mass's outhouse shaking that ass on that stool while they playing super bass. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Having 18 babies with him. It's nothing. I'm telling y'all playing games. Welcome to the game. Let the games begin. Happy Hunger Games. And may the odds be ever in your favor. And before we go, we're going to play our video of the day. Now, this is something, just to be careful. I'm always scared of elevators. Just watching elevator movies and stuff. And this was something that was a close call with this guy. So I want you guys to take a look at this, and we'll be right back. And when I was watching this is one of those things that I look at and I'm like, Jesus Christ. I said, this is why when the elevator gets stuck, I'm like, no, let this thing go. Let that button work or something. Watch this. Woo.
Oh,
He barely made it.
Oh, shit.
Barely made it. So yeah, thank you guys for joining. I know that we normally have this show for an hour, but there was so much to cover. To all of our veterans in the comment section, to everybody that watched the show afterwards as well, thank you for your service. Thank you for what you guys do. We appreciate everything. We appreciate all the Cash Apps and Venmos and stuff. We are working on a studio. I'm going to pull the picture up. I wanted to, but I'm going to pull up the next show. But we're working. This might be like a little studio in Baltimore. It looked really nice. And so I was like, we're working towards that. Thank you guys for like, sharing, and subscribing to videos as well. And Nikki, where can they find you at? Anything upcoming, anything new?
Well, as usual, I am steady on working on merch, so we'll have some new things coming soon. So I'm working on that this weekend, getting that ready. Again, we really taking FTP Network serious, so I'm working on the logo. So if you've seen our new videos, you see we have a new logo there. So I'm working on merch, logo. As far as my content, we're trying to merge it with FTP now. So I'm restructuring Court of No Appeals and all that stuff so we could do it all under one umbrella. So just be patient with me. Court of No Appeals is coming back. Bitch Happens podcast is coming back. So we want to give you within FTP Network, we want to give some diverse content outside of the podcast. So I'm working on that, always coming up with songs, commercials, promos. So just be patient. It's coming. That's what my child is right now, is really working with FTP. So in the meantime, make sure you are going to the store and getting the merch that we have. Everything is 30% off. So make sure you take advantage of that as well. I'm also going to be bringing the knickknack store towards the FTP store, so that makes it easier for you guys to get knickknack merch. You can get your hats and all of that stuff. So we're just gonna try and combine everything. So right now, the FTP store, we have our Lord Shit Quad merch up. We also have our Comply or Die. You guys just saw the new commercial, so make sure you take advantage of that. In the meantime, you can find me on Instagram at bitch_happens. Backup is bitch_happens 2.0. And that's it.
And thank you. It looked like everybody really loved this show today. This might have been one of our best episodes because we're not playing. I mean, this is life or death right now. We got to. I told you we got to close rank, Black people. Everybody don't fuck with us, so we have to close rank. So this network right here, information, us banding together and getting together. Okay, so it's really important. Other than that, please like, share, and subscribe. Nikki will be on tomorrow with Trey for Knickknack After Dark featuring FTP. And then this show will be back on Sunday. So we'll see you soon and have a good day. Take care.
Bye, y'all.
FTP Podcast has partnered with Savage X Fenty. New members get up to 60% off site-wide with Savage X Rewards. Exclusive pricing and discounts on Fenty Beauty and Fenty Skin. Access this special offer via our link tree at linktr.ee/FTP podcast show. Savage X Fenty, delivered by FTP.
Silk Press Jesus has returned. He's white, historically rebranded, and grinder approved for Christian comfort. Don't miss your blessing. Order now.
Get on out, get out, get on out. Can't stay on the scene unless you got that green. Whoa! Get out, get on out, get out, get on out. Ice is on that ass, you don't get a fourth chance. Whoa! Get out, get on out, whoa, get out. I didn't vote black, got that ass in back. Whoa, get out, get on out.